A group, Concerned PDP League, has called for dissolution of the National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party. Leader of the group at a press conference in Abuja also called for the immediate constitution of a caretaker committee to pilot the party's affairs before its December National Congress.
We are strongly compelled with a very heavy heart to pass a vote of no confidence on the Secondus-led National Working Committee leadership and call for its dissolution and constitution of a caretaker committee. This is premised on the political hemorrhage desiccating our great party due to the NWC titanic failures, which can no longer be overemphasized. They have failed to stem the decamping pandemic that has become endemic because of their greed-informed compromise, which has led them to sacrifice transparency, fairness, and eternal democracy on the altar of their interests and ambitions, for some governorship and others for the opportunity to return back to the NWC.
He said PDP members were almost on daily basis greeted with news headlines of defection. According to him, the PDP NWC is fast-tracking Nigeria's transition from a pretentious democracy to an abject one party.
In 2019, PDP had 151 and APC had 190 House of Representative members, while PDP had 43 and APC 65 senators. But as of today, PDP have 16 and APC have 236 House of Representative members, and PDP 37 and APC 71 senators respectively. Our great party, within 24 hours, lost 5 serving members of the Federal House of Representatives from Zamfara and Nasarawa State. And in the last 8 months, PDP has lost 3 serving senators, governors, 5 serving senators, 10 serving members of the Federal House of Representatives, 30 serving State House of Assembly members of the serving members of the State of Assembly, and 2 former governors, 5 former senators, 2 former House of Rep speakers, and 5 former members of the Federal House of Representatives, 2 former ministers, 1 former Chief of Army Staff, and 5 former State House of Assembly members, 5 former commissioners, and close to 1 million once faithful members. This is quite demoralizing.
The group also called for the constitution of a caretaker committee as the only way to set the party free from their miasma, and also called on the board chairman to honorably resign.
We therefore reiterate our vote of no confidence and the dissolution of the Secondus-led NWC, the constitution of a caretaker committee, as the only way to set the party free from their miasma, and also call on the BOT chairman to honorably resign. We urge all well-meaning and lovers of our great party and the National Executive Committee and NEC to swing into action in dissolving the NWC as a way of discharging the party from the political emergency ward and theater.